Hello and welcome back to the World of Warcraft Legion beta. Today we will be testing out the Brewmaster Monk spec. And as you can see, I'm on a template character, so our gear is of item level 680. I did skip all of the opening scenarios and quests that are from the pre-patch and from launch day so that we are here in Dalaran right away so that we can get started. Before we do, I want to show you some of our passives so you kind of get an idea right now and then later on what some of these talents and such are affected by. So we have Celestial Fortune. You have a chance equal to your critical strike chance to be healed for an additional 65% of the amount healed. We also have Gift of the Ox. When you take damage, you have a chance to summon a healing sphere visible only to you. Moving through this healing sphere heals you for 32,888. We have Mastery Elusive Brawler. Each time you are hit by a melee attack, you gain stacking 18% increased dodge chance until your next successful dodge. Also increases your attack power by 18%. And finally, Stagger. You shrug off attacks, delaying 35% of physical damage, instead taking it over 10 seconds, affects magical attacks at half effectiveness. So, those are our passives. And what we'll do now is get started here. Also, if you're looking for something in particular, check the description below, and I will have annotations to times that you can skip to, if you want to skip the spoilers of the quest and you want to see that for yourself, and just want to see talents and maybe the class hall, etc. It's good to see you on your feet. The members of the Council of Six are recuperating from their ordeal. The intensity of the teleportation spell can be disorienting. It seems you lost consciousness for a time, but at least you didn't awaken to find yourself stuck in a wall. Dalaran has been relocated to the Broken Isles. From here, we will spearhead the effort to acquire the Pillars of Creation and drive the Legion from Azeroth once and for all. And when we finish this quest and turn it in, we get the Dalaran Hearthstone, which is basically the new Garrison Hearthstone, and 5 Tomes of the Tranquil Mind, which are used to reset your talent points, whether you're in the open world, in a dungeon, or in a raid, as long as you are not in combat. So, as you can see, I don't have any quests available to me, and there are none for me to pick up here on the map in Dalaran. To get your Artifact and Class Hall quest, just run around a little bit, and eventually you'll have a quest giver show up and prompt you to get started on that. So, you can see Dalaran pretty much the same. The only difference is the middle, which is fairly spoiler heavy, so I'll try and avoid bringing up anything about
message
that.
for you from Grandmaster Height.
I've been looking all over for you. I've been looking all over this strange city for you. Grandmaster Height has requested senior monks return to the Peak of Serenity as soon as possible. That means you too, of course. I'll bet a week's worth of brew that this has something to do with the assault on the Broken Shore. I've heard tales about.
Have a safe journey.
So, we just hit Zen Pilgrimage, and this will take us to the Peak of Serenity. Slowly but surely. There we go.
Ah, it's good to see you again. Now that we are all gathered, let's begin. As you all know, the defeat at the Broken Shore was decisive. The loss of so many valiant heroes was a terrible blow. The Burning Legion is a grave threat. We must find a way to stop their assault before all that we hold dear can be... By the Jade Serpent, what was that?
Grandmaster Height! Grandmaster Height! A giant thing appeared in the sky! Demons are appearing! I am out of range.
Chong, are you alright? Speak to me.
Oh, my head. the demons. I cut down the students before my eyes. Heard shouting from the cave of the crane. I don't feel so good.
Brace the west door. I don't want any more surprises. Now, let's see what's going on out there. No, this cannot be. There are too many of them. We have to evacuate. I need you to send any survivors you find back to the temple. Chong mentioned the cave of the crane, so start there. Hurry! We must escape before we are overrun!
Okay, just before we go any further, I did want to show you, just in case you were wondering, Keg Smash is still there, but the throw is no longer around. So, while that's a little unfortunate, I'm sure it's something that you'll be able to get used to.
I see you, monk. Your struggle is for naught. My forces will purge your order from the face of this world.
Begone, foul creature! You will not harm any more of our sacred texts. Thank you, friend. My students died to protect these scrolls. Centuries of history could have been lost. Chen Stormstout was teaching a class of youngsters when the attack began. He's one of the strongest monks I know, but even he won't be able to hold out forever. Come, we must rescue them. No good. We don't have time to fight our way through that horde. If I focus my chi, I believe I can get us behind their forces. Quickly, take my hand.
Too far away.
This is worse than I feared. We must part ways. They need my help here at the temple. Chen's class should be just to the north, across the bridges. Jade Serpent, watch over you.
In case you were wondering, you can see that we have our health bar, our energy bar, and this bar below, which normally would indicate mana. I believe this is your stagger bar now, so keep that in mind.
But lack speed.
You cannot hide from me, monk.
Almost had
Try
me that
as you
time.
might.
Try
But
again.
your monastery will burn.
Almost had me that time. Try again. Try again, monster. Thank you for the assistance, friend. That foul creature put up quite a fight. Children, behave yourselves. Come, children. We must get to the temple. Hero, I will need your help. The complex is crawling with evil. Infernal incoming! Watch your head! I need to get closer. Grandmaster Hunt, it is a relief to see you.
Chen, I'm glad to see you and the children are safe.
It was all thanks to this hero, who arrived just in time to help us out.
Well fought, but we're not done yet. Chen, take the cubs as far away from this place as you can. This champion and I will stay and seal the portal. White Tiger, walk with you, my friend. We cannot allow the Legion to establish a foothold here. We need to close that portal down.
You are stronger than you look, monk. But I will not be defied. Jorvanax, keep that portal open.
That demon will just open another portal if we don't take care of it first. Prepare yourself!
I am out of range.
Well done! That Fellstone must be powering the portal. Destroy it! They're coming through!
Okay, and the very, very beginning scenario to show what happens in Pandaria leads to our class order hall, and we'll look at this a lot more. I'm sure you've been here before, and you can actually see it in game right now, but you can't see any of the things that are in the class hall, of course. But this is the Temple of the Five Dawns, which is located on the giant turtle from the monks' starting quests.
Slow down.
Welcome back to the land of the living. We nearly lost you in that explosion. Lucky for us that the Wandering Isle happened to be traveling nearby. The people here have graciously allowed us to reside at the temple. It's not like the Peak of Serenity, but this will make a fine new home.
Until next time.
It was a miracle that you were able to survive. It is with great sorrow that I have to say that Grandmaster Height was not so lucky. His spirit now rests with the ancestors. Now we must look to a new leader for our order, our broken temple. I have spoken with the other masters and we are all of one mind on this. We all agree the new leader should be you. You have shown strength, wisdom, courage, and kindness beyond measure. Walk with us to the temple and we will announce our decision.
White Tiger watch over you.
Excellent. I have everything prepared inside. Follow me. To all members and students of our combined schools, I offer you my thanks for joining us. The attack at the Peak of Serenity shows that the Burning Legion wishes to shatter our order. They will destroy our homes, defile our sacred temples, and strive to break our spirit.
But as we teetered upon the brink of annihilation, this hero stayed with Grandmaster Height and fought the demons to ensure our survival. Grandmaster Height has passed on to join the ancestors, and we are left with a void in our ranks. It seems fitting that the hero who fought at his side, who displayed courage and valor immeasurable, should succeed him.
Let us all give honor to the Grand Master. May he lead us with strength and wisdom. Monks, our greatest challenge still lies ahead. Under our new master, we will send a message of defiance to our enemies. They will not take our home without a fight.
Hooray! Okay, well now we are the master, the Grand Master of the monks. We are the leader. Oh, no more RP walking.
Tell me of your travels.
Congratulations, Grandmaster. Now you can see we already have Zen Pilgrimage. You might be wondering, why they're casting this, because they're giving it to us to teleport here. So we will no longer go to the Peak of Serenity. At least for this expansion, we will come to the Temple of the Five Dawns by using Zen Pilgrimage. So to get here, you will always use that ability. And of course, I believe you can still go back to your departure point. So if you're in Dalaran, or you're out in the world, you can teleport here and it'll teleport you back. The Burning Legion took us by surprise at the Peak of Serenity. We will not allow them to do so again. We have trained hard, but we need weapons capable of destroying this great evil if we are to have any chance of success. Our scrolls speak of several weapons that should provide suitable, but we aren't able to decide which one to pursue first. The choice, Grandmaster, is yours.
Family,
and when we accept
friends,
this UI becomes available
these are
to
what
us.
matter most.
You can see we have Brewmaster, Mistweaver, and the Windwalker. I do have the Windwalker video already up on my channel, so if you're looking to check that out for the Fist of the Heavens, that's available. But today we are going after Fuzan, the Wanderer's Companion. You can take a look at it a little bit here. It is an item level 750 weapon, and we'll get our own ability to use once we have the weapon equipped, and we'll take a look at that in a little bit. For the other two weapons, the Mistweaver and the Windwalker weapons, if you are interested in picking them up, if you are Monk main, or if you have a Monk alt that you plan on playing a good bit, you do have the option to go back and get both of these weapons, as well as your Brewmaster weapon. The first, I believe, is available at 102, and I'm not quite sure what level the third one is, because I've only played Demon Hunter all the way up to 110, so and they don't have 3 specs, and I'm not quite sure. I think it's either 105 or 110 from what I understand, so from what I've heard. So I can't verify that, but you can go back and get these two, and there's also artifact power catch-up mechanisms in the game. So like if you were Brewmaster and suddenly your guild got 2 extra tanks or something like that, and you have been wanting to go Mistweaver, you'll be able to level up this weapon pretty quickly through the traits, which we'll see later on in the video, so you won't have to worry about being too far behind. Okay, well, the legends tell us that long ago a staff was formed from the first tree to grow in Pandaria. It is said that the bearer of the staff cannot be harmed by any weapon. It is said that the staff was last possessed by the Monkey King. It is with him that we should begin our search.
You have the eyes of one who has traveled
As you wish,
much.
Grandmaster.
You are most
Fuzan,
welcome.
a wise choice. If the legends are true, its powers will be essential to our cause. And we believe that the staff possessed by the Monkey King could be the fabled Fuzan, yet no one has seen him with the weapon for over a year. The Monkey King was last spotted at Tian Monastery. Be prepared for anything. He is known for being less than forthcoming with his answers. Tok Tok, a Hosen kite master, is skulking around west of the temple. Speak to him without delay.
May the red crane live forever
so we're
in
heading
your heart.
this direction over to, I don't know what the hell that is. Transportation Mandala? Not quite sure what that does. There's a 110 monk right there. As you can see, I think he's a Brewmaster, because he's got a lot of health. Here we go. Here's Tok Tok.
Where we going?
Can you fly me to Tian Monastery?
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Sounds, sounds a little slow. Hey, you guys. Bye-bye. So we are... that was messed up. So we're headed to Tian Monastery in Pandaria. To meet with the Monkey King.
We could come to ask a thing? What does you want from Monkey King?
Oh god, is he gonna run? Yep. You seek my staff, you make me laugh. You say you want my help in time. Okay then, Wicket, hear this rhyme. 3 new riddles will I ask, 3 true answers are your task. Prove you're smart, show you're worth it. Answer the king and we'll unearth it. Do you seek my weapon? Then you better answer my question. I seek something curvy and bendy, but with no spine. It rushes and rushes, leaving chaos behind. Sometimes it brings death, sometimes it brings life, sometimes it brings death. A little is good, but a lot steals your breath. It's as common as dirt, but this part's obscure. The stuff comes from a pool that's known to be pure. Bring me what I seek.
Ha! Good one!
My weapon is great when in a fight. It's even handy when you sit for a bite. My favorite flask I've tied on it, hanging from a cord. The brews within are some of the best that I've ever scored. If you truly seek my weapon, then bring me something nice to put into my belly. A powerful brew is what I want, something strong and smelly.
Ooh.
My weapon is strong, but not for attacking. Protecting the weak is what it's enacting. In the valley are people who till the land from dawn to night. The fruits of their labor you must show me tonight. Sacks of grain are what I require. Not just any will do, only those kissed by a fire. Bring me what I seek.
Oh.
Well, alright, so we're heading to the Valley of the Four Winds. You are able to fly in Pandaria. So we can, at least we have that going for us. But Jesus. The riddles, man. So we're going for the pure water core, the 5 sacks of roasted grain, and an odd-smelling brew. That is what the Monkey King requires, and I'm sure there will be more after that as well, hopefully. Otherwise, that will be the easiest of the artifact quests. I did mention the Windwalker Monk. I have played, so if you are interested in that, shameless plug, I have that video available already on my channel. It's a little bit better than it is on live, in my honest opinion. I would take a look. Maybe you know, if you don't want to watch the artifact quest, you can go to the end and look at the abilities and stuff like that. And just like in this video, I've got some annotations. So if you want to check out what the talents and such are, you can go ahead and do that. And they'll be probably the exact same as they are on live, or they will be on live in a few weeks, as they just announced. You know, pre-patches just about imminent. Should be out. Today is, I think it's the 8th, so we should have anywhere from 11 to 20 days between when they put the patch out. And we've only got a few more classes to make beta videos on, and then I'll probably do a walkthrough of all the zones, so that people can see that if they're not too worried about spoilers. Okay, where is... Alright, Desecrated Water Spirit. I guess we have to wait for him to spawn. There's a bunch of shit going on here. I don't know what this is. I don't know if there's a trigger for this. We'll come back. Yeah, we'll come back. I don't want to sit here and wait too long. So I'll have some, you know, spoilery videos maybe by next week, mid next week, and we'll be doing the a full walkthrough of the Demon Hunter zones, their starting areas. Well, starting area. It's a hell of a lot of fun. Okay, we're heading down here to... Oh no, please don't let these little things be running around. I remember hating this quest so... Oh good, and they're level 100. Okay, we need to get sacks of grain. Do we kill these? I'm not quite sure what we're doing. Well, there's something inside, so let's go ahead and do that.
Quickly, grab them!
Just in case you were wondering, I think they just added this. If you can see on the mini-map, it's showing me a point of interest, and it's got an arrow up, meaning that I'm actually below it. So.
No! You no take! I kills the thief!
What smells like Duke? Oh, it is this strong brew. Hey, Wicked, watch out! Don't spill it on you!
tell that guy's gonna get on my nerves. Okay, so here are the grains. They're down here. Let's okay. I don't wanna be a douche. That guy is clearing this most of that one, so we'll leave him be. We don't wanna be that guy. We'll work for our own. I'm a cursed skull.
I need to get closer.
Give me your stuff. I'm liking Brewmaster Monk quite a bit more than I do on live. I have to say, people will say, "Yo, it's dumbed down," and honestly, I don't know if I really need these abilities at the moment. But I like it. It feels a little bit more, I want to say fluid. It feels like I'm not having too much difficulty. I always was terrible at Brewmaster Monks. So, I do have to say, it feels pretty good. It's kind of like the Windwalker Monk, where you always feel like you have something that you can be doing, rather than standing around and...
This here wicket is making good speed, but with my other riddles, can this one succeed?
Shut the hell up. I'm sorry. That just gets to me. Okay, let's see if this is available to us now. But as I was saying, this feels pretty good. I'll save, you know, a full review for after we're done. But I like it. I like what we were able to take in the talents, and I'll go through these later. I like that there's not 66 buttons, and I don't have to worry about am I pressing the right brew at the right time, blah blah blah.
It is too far away. I am out of range.
That's one, and that's two. Ah, yes, that is three. Now we find out if right wicket be.
It returns. Has the wicket brought what I'm looking for? The splashy spirit core holds far more water than you might think, enough to fill a big bowl or a small sink. I bet we can find some good use for it, like squeezing it out to make an ook an excellent slurp. What the fuck? It returns as the wicket. Them greenies were really curious about this smelly brew. It's powerful and smelly. I wonder if it's delicious too. For this grain, the wickets work really hard. They toil and struggle so they do not starve. With these bags safe from the greenies, we should do the right thing and give them back. Okay, maybe we take a bit for ourselves, probably just one sack. My riddles you've solved, but your job is not complete. Come meet me at the Jade Serpent Temple for the answers you seek.
There'll be one more test before I tell you my tale.
Oh, I guess we're
Meet at
fighting this
Jade
shit again.
Serpent's Temple before the mixums go stale.
So, there's something you know, they respawn. We do share this with other other monks. So, these other monks are on their quests as well. And,
I need to get closer.
so, don't be greedy, don't run around stealing everything. Why am I still in combat? Oh, is it stagger? Nope, something's hitting me.
It is
Okay.
too far away.
I guess we'll just chi torpedo away and hope that it drops aggro. Have to report that. That's happened a couple times in different artifact scenarios. Something gets caught under the ground or goes invisible, and you can't see it. Doop, doo doo. There's this. Wait. Were they always here? I'm just going to assume they were. Okay, we're heading to the Temple of the Jade Serpent over in... the hell was this place? The Jade Forest. As if we hadn't spent enough time in Pandaria. Hopefully, this will send us to the Siege of Orgrimmar, and we can do that for the next 14 months. That would just be freaking great. Along with the Monkey King, who can read us his riddles for the next 14 months, along with... He could sit on Garish's shoulder and just yell them at us. I feel like that would be something I would be happy with. Whew. Not much to talk about. I did mention, I saw recently, the pre-patch is being downloaded. You can download it now, I believe, at least a part of it, and will be available on the servers with these changes to your skills within, what they say, 1 to 2 weeks, roughly, and 1 to 2.5 weeks. So be on the lookout for that, so you can get used to these skills, and then they'll start rolling out the quests that we've been doing. They slowly rolled out for us too on the beta, so that we could kind of test them out. They were a little buggy. Hopefully they're not when they actually go live, but you'll be able to test all this out if you're a Brewmaster monk, or if you're just a monk in general and you want to try the new tanking spec. It's significantly easier, in my opinion. Some may feel it's dumbed down, but I feel like everything that you would really need is here.
What's cooking?
There the wicket is. Now we see how well you can brew.
Ha!
You can roll, you can hit, even shoot flaming spit, but can your training you heed? Tasty brew's what I need. The goodies you've gathered are what you must mix. The instructions to follow will come from my lips. Just pass this final brewing lesson, and I will point you to my weapon.
Put the pot on the fire's heart, then the Wicket's trial can start. Get moving, Wicket. Let the trial begin. Making sweet hose and slurp is the way you can win.
Jesus
Pot's
Christ.
getting hotter. Add a wee splash of water. Good going, Wicket. You know how to dig it.
Oh, please just say things. Oh, God, I can't take it.
That brew, it smells a little plain. Wicket, add a piece. Looking good, you. Smelling good, too. The flavor's improving, but it needs strong scent, too. Open the keg and add looking good, you. Smelling good, too. Time for the Wicket to add the next mixin'. Toss in a good going, Wicket. You know how to big it. This hose and brew be just the thing. Its taste be fit for the Monkey King! Yep.
This brew be excellent, it taste be the best. You've proved yourself well, now I'll tell you where my staff rests. My staff was strong and mighty without peer, but since I not its master, in time it would soon disappear. The staff was a gift from the jade serpent Yulan, but for only a single task. With my work finished, to her again it has passed. Yulan be the staff's keeper, holding it for those who are blessed. To her we go now, to announce your request.
What's cooking?
So,
Ha! Good
let's
one.
go to inside the temple. Let's go inside the temple. And I thought the jade serpent was dead. Am I wrong? Do I have my lore backwards?
Whatever happened to this place? It put sad look on Wicket's face.
Help, masters! Demons are ransacking the temple! The Jade Serpent fights the invaders inside, while we hold the gate for survivors to escape. Several scribes are missing, and I fear the worst. Please, help us.
Yulan's strong as a mountain and quick as a bee, but even a mountain's worn down by the sea. These walls right here look easy to climb. Jade Serpent's the one the king go to find.
We're counting on you to rescue our scribes.
Okay, well he's going over the wall. And we go in here. Probably to fight some demons. I'm just going to assume. Yeah, here we go.
Hey! You're not supposed to be here! Hey! You're not supposed to be here!
Again, I'm not... I keep forgetting to put down my ox statue to get some aggro. I'm dumb. I'm just bad. I'm just bad at this particular class. I don't know why. But
I am out of range. It is too far away. I need to be closer.
wasn't he a pleasant little shit?
Such delicious knowledge. Another mind to feed on.
It is too far away.
Okay, so you can get out of that.
I am out of range.
Gotta heal up here. Taking quite a bit of damage.
I need to get closer. I am out of range. It is too far away.
Oh, my head. Thank you, hero. I would have been that monster's next meal. A stone step. Oh, your sacrifice will not be in vain.
Hey, Wicket, come here! Great danger is near. Get moving, Wicket. Yulan be in trouble. Let's get to her side and give aid on the double. Oh, that no look good. Come, Wicket, this way. There's greenies about, but we've no time to play.
I'm coming too.
I have no idea what we're taking damage from. We're just endlessly taking damage here. I'll have to report that as well. That does happen sometimes. Apparently there was fire all along there, but we couldn't see it. And then the stagger was massive. Okay. Oh no.
You should not be here, little ones. The Burning Legion's attacks are relentless. Even I have suffered many wounds.
Jade Serpent taught me, king do what king must. We're not gonna leave you. There's greenies to bust.
Prepare yourself! Our foes are approaching!
I need to get closer. It is too far away.
Look out! Greenie's coming fast! Grookum! Make this day their last!
I am out of range.
Another group! They can't keep coming forever, can they?
I need to get closer. need to
renewed.
target something first.
Come, little ones. Let us put an end to this invasion.
Your mortal allies will not help you, little snake. Your doom is at hand!
Heroes, your fight is with Corythus. I'll protect you from his winged monstrosity.
So be it! Come, mortals! Your death awaits!
I'm out of range. I need to get closer.
This changes nothing. Your world will...
You have learned well how to fight these creatures, but this will be only one of many battles. This is Fuzan. Take it. May it shield you in the dark times ahead.
So, let's pick up our staff. And there we go. We have our Brewmaster artifact weapon.
Woohoo! Wicked, that's the way! Groot the Greenies, save the day! The weapon's blessing don't come free. With courage, face your destiny.
Fuzan has chosen a new companion. Great deeds and great trials await you, little one. For now, you should return home to rest and prepare for what is to come. As a token of my gratitude, allow me to see you home.
So, we're gonna hop on the green dragon here in just a second, or the jade dragon. Let's take a look at our staff. This is what it looks like. Oh, okay. We're just gonna sit down. This is what it looks like when he's got it in his hand. Kind of hangs it over his shoulder. This is the animation here. So that's our staff. Now, do keep in mind there are transmogs available specifically for this weapon throughout Legion that you're able to get through doing various tasks. You will also be able to change this to any staff in the game. So if you're, not particularly happy, you can use any of your transmog that is available and compatible to be transmogged. And you did see we got our artifact item here, or our artifact ability here. It's called Exploding Keg. This is an instant cast on a 1.25 minute cooldown, which hurls a flaming keg at the target location, dealing 50,178 fire damage to nearby enemies and causing them to miss their melee attacks for the next 3 seconds. So we'll just take a look real quick. What does this look like? That is our artifact weapons ability that we have. So a little bit of AoE, quite a bit of damage, and giving us a little bit of survivability. Okay. Let us head back to Shenzhen Su, which is the name of the turtle, just in case you forgot. It said it on the text there. I didn't know that offhand. I actually saw it in doing the Windwalker quest, and I forgot about it already. So, we have returned.
Little one.
The Jade Dragon's like, peace, fuck it. I don't want anything to do with it. Let me know when it's over.
What wisdom do you
I knew you'd
seek?
succeed. I'm honored to be at your service.
Slow down.
Master, we have discovered a new
Life is
technique
to
that
be
allows one with
savored.
great focus to shape chi within magical objects. This technique should allow you to considerably improve the abilities of your new weapon. This technique requires a great deal of focus, so we are limited to only a single upgrade for now, but that will have to do. Okay, sorry, I had to walk away for just a moment, but we looked at our quest, and now we are going to use the Forge of the Roaring Mountain, which is directly behind Iron Body Poncho here, or Ponchu. So if we click on that, you'll see it brings up the UI for our artifact weapon. Here's the ability that we had just talked about and we just got, and that leads to Full Keg, which is a 1-rank passive that increases damage dealt by Keg Smash by 10%, and you can see that has an artifact power cost of 100, and we were given 100 by Blizzard just for getting the weapon and for the purposes of the tutorial. So let's go ahead and click on that, and that brings up the rest of the traits for our weapon. You can see there are 3 golden portraited traits. These are the most important traits. They're the strongest. They have unique effects. It's not just passive damage or passive healing or passive defense. They actually have special abilities, and we'll head. Make sure you're choosing which path you're going to go first, because it does take a lot of artifact power after you hit 110 to kind of move around to the others. Blizzard has said it should take you quite a few months, somewhere between 2 maybe if you're very a hardcore player, if you're playing all the time. If you're a casual player, you might be looking anywhere from 3 to 4 months to be able to finish out all of these traits here. So let's take a look. We have 2 directions to go from Full Keg. We have Potent Kick and we have Gifted Student. If you see here, they both cost 300 artifact power. That may increase per rank depending on how they feel about it when it goes live, or it may stay the same for each rank and then increase for the next trait. So you can see as well there are some numbers that will increase based on rank. I am not going to read them as if they were at max rank. I'm just going to read them to you as if you were putting your first point in. So if you want to do the math in your head, you can just easily see what the numbers are going to be. So Potent Kick is a 3-rank passive, which will increase the duration of Iron Skin Brew by 0.5 of a second. So obviously that would be 1.5 seconds at max rank. Gifted Student is a 3-rank passive. You gain 1% critical strike chance for 3 seconds after dodging or healing from a Gift of the Ox. We have Obstinate Determination, a 1-rank passive. A Gift of the Ox summons an additional healing sphere when your health drops below 35%. We have Face Palm, a 3-rank passive where Tiger Palm has a 10% chance to deal 300% of normal damage and reduce the remaining cooldown of your brews by an additional 1 second. And here's our first major trait, Dragonfire Brew, a 1-rank passive. After using Breath of Fire, you breathe fire 2 additional times, each dealing 3,547 fire damage. Here we have Hot Blooded, a 3-rank passive, increasing the damage of Breath of Fire's periodic burning effect by 25% and causing it to also reduce the target's damage done to you by 2%. We talked about that. Dark Side of the Moon, a 3-rank passive. Blackout Strike also reduces the damage of the target's next auto attack against you by 2%. We have Healthy Appetite, a 3-rank passive, increasing maximum health by 1%. Swift as a Coursing River, a 1-rank passive. Activating Fortifying Brew, Purifying Brew, or Iron Skin Brew increases your movement speed by 6% for 15 seconds and can stack up to 5 times. And we have Staggering Around, a 3-rank passive. Fortifying Brew increases the damage you delay with Stagger by an additional 2%. Here we have Smashed, this is a 1-rank passive. Increases the range of your Keg Smash by 10 yards. And our second major trait, Fortification, which is a 1-rank passive. Activating Fortifying Brew grants you 25% dodge for 21 seconds. Here's the ones we didn't have. Obsidian Fists, a 3-rank passive, increasing the critical strike chance of Black-Eyed Strike by 3%. Overflow, a 3-rank passive. Each time Gift of the Ox generates a healing sphere, it has a 5% chance to instead generate a greater healing sphere that heals for twice as much. And our final trait, Brew Stash, a 1-rank passive. Activating Purifying Brew or Iron Skin Brew will grant you 10% dodge for 1.5 seconds. If you look up here at the top, now that we've talked about these, we have relic slots, the third of which is not available to you until you finish your Monk Order Hall campaign. It's basically your lore story, and that will take you well into 110, so you won't have to worry about that for quite a while. These 2 are available to us right away, and that will be the same as on live. You will get relics to go in these slots from doing dungeons, from doing quests, and you'll be able to put them in as you go. Make sure when you do put something else into one, or you're wanting to put something else into these slots, that it's a choice that you're okay with being permanent, because what is in that slot does not come back out. It does get destroyed. You're basically overwriting over whatever relics in that slot. They do add passive item levels to your weapon, so for us it would add passive item levels to our staff, and they will also add passive ranks to our traits. So if we have, for instance, 3 of 3 potent kick, and this adds 1 to potent kick, we would end up with 4 of 3, and that would add another 5/10 of a second to the duration there, and so on and so forth, depending on the amount of ranks that we have. You can see up here in the top left corner, there is a 1 now on Fuzan. Once we put our 1 point into the trait, that gives us 7.75% passive increase on stamina for up to 34 traits, and being that we are a tank class or a healing class, whether you're in tank spec or healing spec, you will also gain a passive bit of damage. For this particular class, it is a 1% increase on damage dealt, again up to 34 traits. So you can have, by the time you get all around here and you put all your points in, you'll have a bunch of extra stamina and a bunch of extra damage dealt, and that damage will help you, if you're doing out in the world doing your world quests, you won't feel very gimped. You won't feel like you're not doing anything out there. You'll actually have a bunch of damage. The longer, of course, the expansion goes, and the more you put into this weapon. It is different for DPS classes as well. You will only gain the stamina, so keep that in mind. You can open up that UI from anywhere in the world. If I could just get my hand on the keyboard in the right area, shift right clicking on the weapon in your inventory or on the character pane will bring up this UI. You can put your relics in anywhere in the world, so if you're on your first quest and you get your first relic, you can go ahead and stick it right in the slot. But you cannot put artifact power in anywhere but here at your class order hall and at the Forge of the Roaring Mountain. I don't suggest coming here, the first time you get 300 artifact power, you go, oh my god, I gotta go put it in immediately. I would wait till you're done with your first zone. They'll kind of prompt you to come back here through the quest, because you'll have to do kind of like tutorial modes to get used to how your class order hall works, and they set you up slowly but surely, spacing everything out, kind of like they did with the garrison. Actually, almost exactly like they did with the garrison, except of course this isn't a garrison. So don't make a habit of coming back unless you're for just to put points in, unless it's for one of these super traits, because you really don't need to come back to just put 1 point into something while you're leveling. At 110, it doesn't matter. I mean, then you can come back. It's going to cost a hell of a lot anyway. But while you're doing your leveling from 100 to 110, there's no point. There's no point coming back. Okay.
You are most welcome.
This weapon is truly amazing, yet much of its potential remains untapped. If we are to end the threat of the Burning Legion once and for all, we will need to fully unlock its power. Your weapon is stronger than ever. Now is the perfect time to put it to use and take our fight to the Legion. Master Su has set up a command table by the training grounds and has collected reports from our friends and allies around all of Azeroth. When you are ready, Grandmaster, he should have an update prepared for you.
Family, friends.
So let's start making our way over there. That's another UI we can check out. There are some other things beside the UI that we're going to check out. We're going to check out Quartermaster, that has a special set that we could take a look at, and then we're going to come up here and check out our training dummies, which are right around the corner here. It took me forever to find these in my other video. This is where you can come to check your DPS out. There also are healing and tanking dummies, but I've only found the tanking dummy. I have no idea where the healing dummy is, so I apologize for that. Yeah. But while we're running over there, I am going to mention something. As you can see along the top here, we do have this bar that we talked about earlier, and you can see order resources. These are essentially the same thing as garrison resources. They're used to run your missions, which work pretty much the same way that they did in Warlords of Draenor, with little bitty upgrades, and the UI just looks a little bit different. But you won't have tons of them like you did before. Some of them will be to progress your class order hall quest. Some of them will be for extra artifact power, little extra bits of artifact power. Some will be for gold, but it's not nearly anything like it was in Warlords of Draenor, so you don't have to worry about spending most of your time setting off your missions and constantly coming back to do that. They will also be used to recruit troops. They're kind of like minion mobs, like from Warcraft 3, essentially, where you would have, like archers or something of that nature. I don't know exactly what they are for the monk class hall. I have not played past what we've gotten here. I've gotten through two of the artifact scenarios, so this is as far as I've gotten. So I don't know exactly what your troops are or who your NPCs will be. I'm assuming you'll have major lore characters. I know the Death Knight Demon Hunter did, so you might have someone like Chen Stormstout, for instance, as one of your champions that you're able to send out on missions and such. And they'll roll them out to you as you go along, and then some you have to do some special things to get later on. With those NPCs, those champions that you do have in your class hall, there are a few that are called bodyguards. You can send them on missions, but you can also drag them to a little bodyguard circle in your UI that you'll have, just like the mission table from Warlords of Draenor. I would suggest always keeping one with you. It will help you quest. They'll do damage. Sometimes they'll do healing. They'll sometimes have really crazy abilities that are just a lot of fun to mess around with. But it's always nice to have like kind of an extra pet with you. It's kind of like a follower from Diablo 3. A lot of fun. A lot of fun to have them with you. Yeah, I would always keep them with you unless it's absolutely necessary for the success of like a major lore mission or something like that. To send them out, I would just keep them with you at all times. And they're also used, as you can see, for research upgrades for Order Hall. Now, the research upgrades I can't show you because we don't have the NPC available to you. I guess they rolled that out to you later on. But those NPCs, but that NPC will have 5 tiers of choices, and then the 6th tier is one specific choice that you can upgrade for your class Order Hall. It's actually for your character specifically, but their choices range anything from a 20% chance to have higher mission success, or 20% higher chance at mission success on your first mission of the day, to getting an upgrade on your gear while you're leveling, like they did in Warlords of Draenor, all the way down. You can go down the list of them, and I know there's one where you get your first of 3 seals per week for your bonus rolls in raids for free from your class Order Hall. And then once you hit 110, those upgrades can take anywhere from 7 to 10 to 12 to 14 days in that order. So it can take upwards of 2 months from the time you start in Legion to finish up those upgrades. Now, what is that last upgrade? That is the most important one, of course, and that is to allow you to wear 2 of these. These are probably 2 of the most important items you're going to have in the game. These are the legendary items. They are item level 895. They have a buttload of raw stats on them, as well as having equip bonuses. And those equip bonuses can be damage, utility, or defensive. So you can really upgrade yourself to be a valuable part of your raid group, or even if you're not doing raid group, maybe your LFR group, or your friends doing mythics all the time. You could be super powerful. So let's take a look at just a few of the equip bonuses so you can get an idea. This one has Zen Meditation now lasts through 3 melee attacks. When you use Keg Smash, the remaining cooldown on Breath of Fire is reset. And here's one: Purifying Brew instantly heals you for 25% of the purified stagger damage. So you can really, mix and mash these to make yourself a lot more powerful. And these are world drops, and I believe, oh no, they're all bind when picked up. So these are world drops. Originally they were planned on being able to be bought off the auction house, but it looks like they changed their mind on that, and now they're bind on pickup. So these are world drops, and Blizzard has put in a way for you to make sure eventually one will drop for you. Not guaranteed to be the one you want, but that one will drop for you. They're all useful. I mean, you may not be optimal, but they're definitely all useful. Okay, we've talked about those. We talked about the order resources. Let's go ahead and talk to this gentleman here. Grandmaster, I've prepared a brief report on all I've heard about the Broken Isles. You may find it quite interesting. The Burning Legion has left a trail of ruin across all across the face of Azeroth. We must strike at their bases within the Broken Isles if we are to have any hope of ending this war. I put together a map of the Isles and a list of tasks that we will need to have done there. Once you have had a chance to peruse the map, you should choose where we will begin our assault.
Be careful.
Sure thing, mate. So we go ahead and click on the scouting map back here, and that'll bring up this UI. As you can see, there are 4 zones for us to choose from. This one here in the middle is Suramar. It is a 110 only zone, so you may have seen that in some of the other videos that I've posted, or you may have seen it on other channels, or if you're in the beta itself, you may have seen this by going into the zone or flying by it. But this is a 110 only zone, so you don't have to worry about this or these for now. These 4 zones you can pick from, they will level with you, so it doesn't matter where you start or where you finish. The zone will always be the same level as you, all the way up to 110, and then the entire Broken Isles are level 110. Wow, the difficult brain fart. The difficulty gets significantly harder at 110 when all the world quests become available, but then again, you will be garnering much better gear the longer that you're playing, so it won't be that difficult. It won't be that difficult after, you know, a couple of weeks of going out and getting some gear. I do want to mention as well, just because those you are leveling and so are the mobs. If you, let's say if you're 105 and your friend is 104, and they're going to start a new zone, and you're about to start a new zone as well, and you want to quest together, you don't have to worry about like being phased away from your friend. As long as you're like on the same quest and you haven't phased from the quests, you'll both see the same mobs. He'll just see it as 104 and you'll see it as 105. The difficulty is the same. The difficulty kind of stays static all the way through. So, okay, we're going to pick Stormheim just for the purposes of moving the video. We're not actually heading there.
What brings
An excellent
you
choice,
here?
Grandmaster.
We'll be at your back.
Our friends in the Kirin Tor have created one of their magical portals to provide quick travel to Dalaran. You can find it near the steps of the temple. So you can see there's our portal to Dalaran right here. That is your easiest access way back, besides using your Dalaran Hearthstone, which, I mean, you could use, and you could also set your regular Hearthstone to Dalaran as well. But we have our portal there, and of course, to get back here, we have Zen Pilgrimage. So we have easy access to our class order hall, and to get out of our class order hall. And let's, oh, here's that music, I forgot. And here is that Quartermaster I wanted to talk to you about and show you. Let's get rid of some of this random junk. We do have a set available to us. It is mostly a blue set. It is called the Grandmaster set. Let's go ahead and equip it so you can see what it looks like. This is what the Grandmaster set looks like. Not particularly fond of it, but you can always transmog it to whatever you want. But, as you can see, they cost 500 gold. They do have requirements of being level 110, and some of them have other requirements as well, such as 6 champions for your order hall, being honored with the Nightfallen, all the way up to the epic pieces, which require you to earn 100,000 artifact power, and being exalted with the Nightfallen. This is more of a casual set, casual player set, or if you're playing an alt, this might be a set that will be useful for you while you're doing your world quests, you know, to fill in slots, or just have the entire set, because you can upgrade the set all the way to 840 using these armor kits that are purchasable through order resources. So you can upgrade your 810 pieces eventually all the way to 840, and your 820 pieces all the way to 840, so that you can have a pretty nice set. You have a pretty decent set. I do suggest, if you are a hardcore player, kind of ignoring this set. There's no real reason to get it, except for maybe, you know, the epic pieces, because there are plenty of ways to get an 850 item level fairly quickly, so this might be a little bit of a waste, and especially because these cost so many order resources, it might end up being a waste in the long run. But if you are a casual player and you don't have a lot of time to spend, you know, working towards the set, wouldn't be the worst thing. It's actually pretty decent once you get it all the way upgraded, and it will keep you competitive, like on the charts, while you're looking for raids, or you're doing your heroics or your mythic dungeons in your spare time. So,
Shirella
just wanted to give you a quick look at that. If you did want to see what the bonuses were, you can go back and pause the video at that time. I don't ever talk about the set bonuses. They're fairly the same, and then usually have one or two specifics for the class that you're using and the spec that you're using. So let's head up here and go to our training dummies so we can get a look at a few things. The first thing we're going to look at, though, is our talents. So for our Brewmaster Monk now, in the 15 tier of talents, we have Chi Burst. This has an 8.802 second cast with a 30-second cooldown. Hurls a torrent of Chi energy up to 40 yards forward, dealing 13,019 nature damage to all enemies, and holy Jesus, and 13,018 healing to the monk and all allies in its path. Casting Chi Burst does not prevent avoiding attacks. We have Eye of the Tiger, which is a passive. Tiger Palm also applies Eye of the Tiger, dealing 7,596 nature damage to the enemy and 7,100 healing to the monk over 8 seconds. And Chi Wave, an instant cast on a 15-second cooldown. A wave of Chi energy flows through friends and foes, dealing 2,367 nature damage or 2,367 healing. Bounces up to 7 times to targets within 25 yards. In the 30 tier, we have Chi Torpedo. This will replace Roll. It is an instant cast with a 20-second recharge and has 2 charges. Torpedoes you forward a long distance and increases your movement speed by 30% for 10 seconds, and can stack the movement speed buff up to 2 times. We have Tiger's Lust, an instant cast on a 30-second cooldown, increases a friendly target's movement speed by 70% for 6 seconds and removes all roots and snares, so this can be self-cast as well. And Celerity, a passive, reduces the cooldown of Roll by 5 seconds and increases its maximum number of charges by 1. In the 45 tier, we have Light Brewing, a passive reducing the cooldown of Iron Skin Brew and Purifying Brew by 3 seconds and increasing their maximum number of charges by 1. We have Black Ox Brew. This is an instant cast on a 1.5 minute cooldown. Chug some Black Ox Brew, which instantly refills your energy and your Iron Skin Brew and Purifying Brew charges. And then we have Gift of the Mists, a passive. Gift of the Ox has up to 60% increased chance to trigger based on your missing health. Where were we? We're in the 60 tier now. We have Ring of Peace. This is an instant cast on a 45-second cooldown. Form a Ring of Peace around a friendly target for 8 seconds. Enemies in the ring that use a harmful spell or ability will be knocked out of the ring. We have Summon Black Ox Statue. This is an instant cast with a 10-second cooldown. Summons a Black Ox Statue at the target location for 15 minutes, pulsing threat to all enemies within 30 yards. You may cast Provoke on the statue to taunt all enemies near the statue. We have Leg Sweep, instant cast, 45-second cooldown, knocks down all enemies within 5 yards, stunning them for 5 seconds. In the 75 tier, we have Healing Elixir. This is instant cast with a 30-second recharge. Drink a Healing Elixir, healing you for 15% of your max health. Healing Elixir will automatically trigger if you drop below 35% health and a charge is available. We have Diffuse Magic, an instant cast on a 2-minute cooldown, reducing magic damage you take by 60% for 6 seconds, and transfers all currently active harmful magical effects on you back to their original caster if possible. And Dampen Harm. This is instant cast on a 2-minute cooldown, reduces all damage you take by 30% from the next 3 attacks that damage you for 15% or more of your max health. This is castable while stunned. In the 90 tier, we have Rushing Jade Wind, instant cast on a 4.81 second cooldown, summons a whirling tornado around you, causing 13,680 damage over 4.8 seconds to enemies within 8 yards. We have Invoke Nuzao, we'll just say that. Nuzao, the Black Ox. This is an instant cast with a 3-minute cooldown, summons an effigy of Nuzao, the Black Ox, for 45 seconds. Nuzao attacks your primary target and taunts it. He also frequently stomps, damaging all nearby enemies. And finally, in this tier, we have Special Delivery. A passive where drinking Iron Skin or Purifying Brew has a 30% chance to toss a keg high into the air that lands nearby after 3 seconds, dealing 45,585 damage to all enemies within 8 yards, and reducing their movement speed by 50% for 15 seconds. And we get to the 100 tier. We have Elusive Dance, a passive where Purifying Brew now clears an additional 15% of damage delayed with Stagger. It also grants up to 15% dodge and damage done for 6 seconds, based on the level of Stagger damage purified. We have a Blackout combo. This is a passive where Blackout Strike also empowers your next ability. Your Tiger Palm's damage would be increased by 200%. Your Breath of Fire's cooldown is reduced by 6 seconds. Keg Smash has reduces the remaining cooldown on your brews by 2 additional seconds. For Iron Skin Brew, pauses stagger damage for 3 seconds. And for Purifying Brew, grants you a stack of Elusive Brawler. And High Tolerance, a passive where Stagger delays an additional 10% of incoming damage, and you gain up to 15% haste based on your current level of Stagger. So, this build, by the way, is not indicative of what the best build is. This is just what I picked for the video, so you may end up with a totally different build than what I have here. That's far more optimized than what I have. I just picked what I thought was going to be fun or look cool, so you could see some abilities. Now that we've taken a look at our towns, whoops, we're going to punch that bag right in the face and let him know. Now we're going to take a look at some of our other abilities. We talked that we have Zen Pilgrimage, which brings us here. We have Resuscitate, that's our res. We also have a Transcendence has returned. As you can see, put down your Transcendence and swap. So that's still one of our abilities. We still have Paralysis. We'll take a look. Same animation, I believe. It's an instant cast, costs 20 energy, is on a 15-second cooldown. It will incapacitate a target for up to 1 minute. Limit of 1 enemy under the effects of paralysis, and the damage will cancel. And any damage will cancel the effect. We took a look. We took a look at the talents. So we have Yuzal the Black Ox. That's what he looks like. I think this is the exact same way he looks on live. Yeah, pretty cool. I like Zwen the White Tiger better, but that's pretty cool. We have Zen Meditation, a channeled ability, 5-minute cooldown, reduces all damage taken by 60% for 8 seconds. Moving, being hit by a melee attack, or taking another action will cancel this effect. So, pop. We can pop Zen Meditation. I think this is the same animation it is on live. This is Chi Torpedo. This is one of the talents that we talked about. As you can see, we have a 60% movement speed buff. So if you got to get through a mythic real fast, you can pop those. Mythic dungeon, that is. You can pop those and get rolling real quick, pull some mobs. Fortifying Brew. This is an instant cast with a 7-minute cooldown. It will turn your skin to stone for 15 seconds, increasing your current and maximum health by 20%. Increases the damage you delay with Stagger by an additional 20%, and reduces all damage you take by 20%. So if we pop that, kind of get grayed out here. Got some bubbles floating through our head. We're a little bit drunk. Let them know. We also have Provoke, which is your taunt, and forcing targets to move towards you at 50% increased speed. This is on an 8-second cooldown, and if you cast it on the statue of the Black Ox, all enemies within 10 yards of the statue will be taunted as well. We have Detox. This is cost 20 energy, is instant cast on an 8-second cooldown. This removes all poison and disease effects from the target. We have Expel Harm, 15 energy cost, instant cast. Draw in the positive chi of all your healing spheres, and expel negative chi, damaging the nearest enemy for 10% of the amount healed. We have Tiger Palm. This costs 25 energy, is instant cast, deals 4,560 damage. Okay. Hi. Welcome. Oh, Lord. Here's one of these. Let's see. Where were we? This also reduces the remaining cooldown on your brews by 1 second. We have Blackout Strike, which is an instant cast on a 3-second cooldown. It does require a 2-handed melee weapon, so of course we do have a staff, so it's not a big of a deal. You will strike with a blast of chi energy, dealing 21,020 damage. We have Keg Smash, 40 energy cost, instant cast on a 6.42 second cooldown. Smash a keg of brew on the target, dealing 37,609 damage to all enemies within 8 yards, and reducing their movement speed by 50% for 15 seconds. This reduces the remaining cooldown on your brews by 4 seconds. So let's take a look. I think Tiger... What is it? Tiger Palm, right? Tiger Palm. Same animation. Boom. Let's take a look at Blackout Strikes animation. Kind of cool. I like Blackout Strikes animation. Bam. Here is Keg Smash. Same as it's been. Well, thank God you came over. Oh, God. One of these. We have Breath of Fire. This is an instant cast on a 15-second cooldown. Breathe fire on targets in front of you, causing 9,119 fire damage. Targets affected by Keg Smash will also burn for 5,472 fire damage over 8 seconds. So, if we Keg Smash and then breathe in fire there, you can see we have 2 debuffs on our targets. Here's our Black Ox statue that we talked about, which does our taunting for us. That's what it looks like. Nothing particularly special, but it does glow, so you will know where it is. Here's our Iron Skin Brew. This is instant cast. It has a 14.4 second recharge time. I do have 4 charges, but normally you would have 3 unless you take the talent for it, which we do. Increases the damage you delay with Stagger by an additional 40% for 6 seconds. This shares charges with Purifying Brew. And here it is. Purifying Brew also is instant cast with a 14.4 second recharge. This clears 50% of your damage delayed with Stagger, and of course it shares charges with Iron Skin. So as you can see, drops one down and drops the other down. Those are the animations for it. Nothing particularly spectacular. And since we're not taking damage, I can't use Purifying Brew, but it's basically the same thing. We have the Healing Elixir, which we talked about. Nothing special, just a little bit of green animation coming out. Here's Effuse. This is our heal. Costs 30 energy, is a 1.2 second cast, and it heals the target for 18,935. Here's our Spear Hand Strike. It's an instant cast with a 15-second cooldown. This is your interrupt. Crackling Jade Lightning has returned. Channeled ability, causing 4,423 nature damage over 3.2 seconds, and sometimes knocking back melee attackers. They changed the animation just a little bit, so we can be Emperor Palpatine from Star Wars, of course. And last but not least, we looked at Exploding Keg. Let's take a look at it again. Boom. And that's basically it. Those are our animations. They're pretty cool, I have to say. I am impressed with the changes to Brewmasters. It feels a little bit more intuitive, as I said before. I do like that it's a little bit easier for someone crappy like me, who could never figure out how to play a Brewmaster monk properly, to play and kind of get into it. I don't know if I would pick this over maybe the Windwalker monk, but I would definitely consider giving it a shot, because it does do a fair bit of damage now. I feel like it did a decent amount of damage while we were going through the scenario. So guys, I do want to thank you for coming on this journey with me through the Brewmaster monk scenario and checking out our class hall and some of our talents and abilities. If you did enjoy the video, I would appreciate a like, as I do on every video. I do want to thank you again for showing up, taking your time out to watch part of this. So guys, thank you. When wherever you are in the world, whether it be the day or the night, you have yourself a great day or evening, and I hope to see you again soon in another video.